Good morning, good morning. What's happening, my peoples? It is Open Mic Fridays. Open Mic Fridays. Yes, sir. My name is Andrew Kibe. This is RogueRadio.live, home of Kenya's underground hits. We do this every morning, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Kenyan time, East African time. East Africa is one time, so it's East Africa time. Yes, sir. We do this every day, Monday through Friday. Open Mic Fridays. Yes, sir. Ah, man. We're done with the week. We're done. Whatever we started, we have brought to completion. We are done with the week. It's a Friday. You can relax, take it easy. You don't have to get annoyed at your boss. You don't have to look at them with a side eye. You don't have to go into that head of yours and come up, conjure up some imagination. No, don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. And you'll pretend to be shocked. That time you know you probably dreamt about it. You've been wishing for it. And you pretend to be shocked like, oh my God. And the way they were a nice person, you know they were not a nice person. You know you don't care. We know those kind of people. So it is what it is. The queen is dead. No correlation whatsoever. It's just news. The queen is gone. It's a high time. Prince Charles has been waiting for too long, bro. That guy has been waiting all his life, bro. Hey, when you become king, call me. Hi. Woman is not dying. She's going nowhere. Woman has been holding on. How can you hold on till you're 96? 96, god damn it. 96, my hopes and dreams are gone, bro. Kid has been waiting for her to Nyuria for the last, I don't know what, 50 years, just holding on. Mom, is it today? No, today, son. You wait until you have no more strength in your knees, then I will go and leave you. And the world is, well, before we go into, before we do anything else, let's listen to one of my songs, as always. Well, this has been a Nigerian kind of week. Yeah, let's close it up with Ricardo Banks. The name of the song is Rora. Beautiful song. Enjoy this one. It's from me, you know. God damn it. God damn it. That was a track and a half by Ricardo Banks, Rora. Oh, that guitar at the end of there is just crazy. I wish they could have just continued for another minute or so, you know. I don't know what's this rush. Everybody's rushing to do their song under 4 minutes. Can we be grown-ups here and just let the song play? Where are you rushing? Where are you going to? Well, what's all this fire to rush out of a song? 3 minutes, a guy is already closing this. Well, it is what it is. This is Rogue Radio, home of Kenya's underground hits. That was Ricardo Banks with Rora. I think he's a Nigerian, if I'm not wrong. Or he's one of those, one of those West Africans. Those ones who, they went to East Africa, they got some slaves. Then as they were passing, they saw some land called West Africa. And they said, let's stop by West Africa and see if they have any people. They stopped there. They realized those guys are giants. So like, get rid of these ones from West Africa. Throw them in the water. Give us some of these West Africans. Look at how strong they are. Strong. Yeah, the Ghanaians, the Nigerians, I don't know whether... Sierra Leone's. It is what it is. Well, welcome to the show. It's Open Mic Fridays, only on www.rogueradio.live. My name is Andrew Kibe. We do this every day, Monday through Friday. You can join me every morning for crazy discussions. We discuss anything. There are no sacred cows here. There is no discussion that we cannot get into. Your mother can be a topic if you do so decide. If not, you can discuss anything else that matters. Politics. We can discuss health. We can discuss religion. We can discuss anything. And it is a beautiful time to be alive because this opportunity would not have existed before. The technology wasn't there. So we are doing it now. Look at that. Beautiful. So if you're going to join this conversation, remember, keep it civil. Keep your emotions to a bare minimum. Don't bring your lies here. No lies. Tell us the truth. And then also keep the introductions to also a very bare minimum. Sometimes your intro is longer than your point. You're like, the whole time you're just doing the intro, bro? That's it, bro? The whole time you're doing the intro, bro? Yeah, so it's end of the week. We are done with the week. Kenya has a new president. Well, congratulations to my Kenyan people. What else? The UK, or the monarchy. Is it monarchy? Or what do you call it? The Queen is dead. She's gone. It's a wrap. Her son has been holding on for the last 50 years, hoping one day he'll get the good news. Mama is gone. Oh, and then he'll pretend to be annoyed. Oh, sorry, sad. Oh, Mama is gone. Oh, she's gone. Mama is gone. That time he just wants to be called King Charles. I would come up, I hear they can name themselves. I would come up with a crazy, crazy name. King, I would look for one of those African names. King Luanda Magere. Magere. And of course everybody in that palace to call me that. From today on, my name is Magere. Take bikini photos and put them as the new currency. King Magere wearing bikini. In a bikini is the new face of the British pound. Saying, bro. That would be something. I would leave a mark in this world. You know, some of you guys just want to come and go. What are you going? What will they remember you by? Will they ever remember you if your work is just to get into the world and leave? No razzmatazz. Let me say hi to our resident. What do they call it? Yes, our Gift. How are you?
You know, that name has actually, it's like it's now tagged along with my character. What's wrong with you? Do you know that there are idiots who reach out to my inbox and tell me,
yeah, we do hope that one day you shall heal and stop all the homeless people in Toronto. Are you in Toronto now? Or
no, I'm coming next to your city.
Sorry?
I'm coming to your city.
Where is that?
How do I know? Where you go now?
You said you're coming next to my city. Where is that? Where is that you're coming next to?
I don't know. Maybe what? You're in Austin. I'll come to the next city.
Why is that important?
Maybe Dallas.
Why is that important?
So that I can hunt you down.
For what?
You can't just tarnish my name like that. I would say it's different.
Bro, I didn't tarnish your name. It's not me who's sick. It's you who's sick, bro. It's not me. I've not tarnished your name. I just made an observation. I said if you go around, chances are high you might get what a gift got. Just observations, bro. Chances are high, and now look at you. You've been sick for the last, almost 2 months now.
No, just 1 month.
Yeah, you've never recovered. Never been able to turn on a machine.
No. Huh? Can you compare what I'm suffering from and what you suffered from? You know, you're the one who took the, what was it called?
Hey. It is you who's suffering at the moment. So let's deal with what is right before us. Right?
Man.
No, we're not focusing on my story. We're focusing on yours. We want you to get help immediately. Yeah? It's okay. It's okay. We can always sort out whatever problem you're having. Gift.
You know.
Don't look at my past. Let's look at your present. Your present now is you're in dire straits, bro. You're in dire straits. Do not hold on to this thing for too long.
Oh man, you know, I was actually
a 6-inch injection would sort out all your problems.
Do I look like a cow to you?
Penicillin would sort you out, bro. Don't worry, you'll be fine. I know right now it may not look like it is possible, but one day you shall recover, and you shall be walking around your house waiting for your girlfriend. What's up? What's on your mind, bro? It's open mic Fridays, man.
When I had the king, the queen had passed. I don't know. I just happened to go through Twitter streets, and there were people who were actually celebrating, and majority of the people who are actually celebrating are mostly Africans. And one of the famous African, I think it's a political party, the EFF, the Julius Malema one. These idiots went ahead and wrote an entire essay saying how they are celebrating the Queen's death. Like they are glad she's gone. I just couldn't understand it. Like if you search EFF, you'll actually see, and you'll see what this guy was talking about.
So who put it up? Julius Malema?
No, it's on the EFF. What is it? The EFF? If you let me just send it to you in just a second, because this guy, they went hard. It's
so this is what I've seen here. We do not mourn the death of Elizabeth because to us her death is a reminder of a very tragic period in this country.
Oh, yeah, you don't
and
have
Africa's history. If there is really life and justice after death, may Elizabeth and her ancestors get what they deserve. This is Malema. This guy is not feeling anything for this woman. Huh? He's to hell with your death.
Oh man, I read that thing and the comments were actually crazy. Some guys actually threw a party in South Africa celebrating that she's dead. Then it got me thinking. You remember when we talk about like slavery and all that thing, should we really put like the blame on Queen Elizabeth for the atrocities that happened in colonial, times in maybe 1950s? It's her dad who did the damage. It's like us blaming Gideon Moy for Mzee Moy's mistakes.
Yeah, but you have a chance now. You can give back the land and everything that your dad took from us. Why not?
No, but why blame them? They were kids. So let's say today you as Andrew Kibe went ahead and did some. You went ahead and did some stupid, and then you made all this money, and you died, and your son inherited it. Your son has no idea that this money or this wealth was, ill-sourced. So you expect your son to return it?
But if the day he finds out that it was not gotten the right way, he can do something about it that day. Now, if he doesn't, then it means that he's an evil. At least he should try.
No, you can't quantify.
Yeah,
it's like,
but at least you should try. You see, that's the thing. Some of these guys don't try. You should at least try to give back or to look like you're remorseful or in some type of way. Hey, my dad was, but here, listen here, let me give, play some PR. Look for 3-4 women with, multiple baby daddies and give them houses or something. Just do something nice for people. And just hoodwink the whole, you can't just be, you've never given back anything and you want us to pretend like we're in the same level. We're not, bro. You've woken up, you've been born into riches that I'll never be able to access.
True.
So you have an advantage over me for eternity. So I can accept the advantage, but not if the person who stole is just one generation away, bro.
No, but the moment you start paying, it never stops because they'll always ask for reparations. No matter what you do, you'll give them 7 billion euros today. 6 months later or 10 years later, they'll say it was never enough. We need to factor in inflation into whatever you gave. It never adds up.
So it's a fight till the end. Whoever is going to die the first dies. But that's just how it is. Because here you are telling me you have nothing to give me back, yet I see you sitting on 10, 20,000 acres of ill-gotten land.
No, it's only ill-gotten
yes.
if you reach out to the person who committed those atrocities. It's like Delamere. You think Delamere's kid have any idea that this land was grabbed by the...
you see, we're not talking about 400 years ago. We're talking about you guys, Delamere is somebody we have seen with our eyes.
Oh, Delamere, it's just like barely 90
Yes,
years old.
we've seen that person with our own eyes. So we're not talking about the things that happened 3 million years ago. We're just saying, hey, this one here, this one. We know about this one. That's all we are saying. Now, if it happened in 1600, that's another story. But this one that we can see, how do you expect us to move on? And we have this one we can see here.
But how do you quantify whatever has been like? Okay, so in relations to the sufferings of the African man, how are you going to give reparations to physical pain?
You look for the noisiest guy, the one who's fighting a lot, and then you take him aside and tell him, "Hey, listen, I'll give you $10 million for you to shut up."
Also, in this case, you just give Julius Malema.
I mean, you can't give the whole country. You call the guy aside and tell him, "Hey, come here. Enough of this fighting. A Maybach would look good on you."
But you've not solved the problem. And another Julius Malema will rise up and say, "You know what? This guy, this money never got to us."
Yeah, give them like 20 years. You don't. Again, stop pretending like you really care about these people. I'm just saying, you give back what you can. Like now, I was expecting someone like Uhuru Kenyatta to give back a lot of the land that his dad had taken. That would have been a lot of goodwill on his part. Because we know he cannot give to everybody, and there's nobody really to give to, but he could have at least picked out a few, 3, 4, 5 people, or even 100 people, and give them like an acre each. You know what an acre would do to someone who's just a regular Kenyan?
It means a lot.
Yeah, so, I mean, you should have done that. That's just for the PR aspect of it. Every now and then, to get 100 acres somewhere and PR the shit out of it. These guys own thousands upon thousands upon thousands of acres. You don't tell me 100 acres in some godforsaken desert somewhere that his dad just claimed would make a difference to him. No, it wouldn't.
But you're okay, the likes of Uhuru Kenyatta and the Queen, to give reparations, but the plight of the black man in the US is where you draw the line. They don't deserve.
No, because again, remember, their history has been tampered a lot. Whatever you think their history is, it's not. Because remember the other day when Nani was here, what's his name? The L.A. Ramon.
Yes.
Yeah, the history L.A. Ramon gave us is very different from the one they keep preaching on television.
True.
Yeah, so their history has been tampered with. So you cannot be sure what they're talking. Yes, but now with ours, we're talking about our fathers or our grandfathers fought for independence. These are people we saw losing. So if we can deal with that, we're good. Once now this generation is done, that story dies with it. You know that.
Why not pay anybody? Well, let's just say we don't pay anybody, and because I'll use the same analogy that you used on the black man. Because you are not there and you never experienced the atrocities, you don't deserve to get paid. Then we start afresh.
Do you know, when we were talking about Mau Mau, we were talking about people who were fighting for their own rights. You know that? We have first generation, Mau Mau. These are the guys
like your granddad.
Yes, the guys who fought in the fight for independence. Guys who are in their 90s now.
Yes.
Yes. So we're not talking about 400 years ago. We're talking about guys who actually were in the fight. So that's a different conversation from if we wait another 2 generations and then now we want to go ask for reparations from who? The Queen has just died, bro. The Queen was at the helm of this whole debacle called colonialism. So
true.
There are some people who are still alive who suffered. There's a guy who was on KTN the other day talking about how they would castrate them. So we're talking about people who are alive who saw this, who went through this problem. So we can identify them and say, hey, you come here, live a good life. Take these $2-3 million, enjoy the last 5 years of your life. You know, something like that.
If you give a 90-year-old even $20,000, what exactly do you expect me to do with that?
Because this guy has lived to be 90 and he's stupid. Why would you assume? Maybe he's been waiting. He has a black book full of Budget, if I get
No,
it today.
you know, I sat with my grandfather, and his pay slip was 76 Kenya shillings. 76. Imagine 2 million. They can't even spell 2 million. You want to give Kibe? If today,
bro, you're overthinking it. Stop overthinking.
No, everything is about overthinking. When
you're overthinking. You see, what you want them to do is you want them to take the money and do whatever they want to do with it. That's what you want, because now you're trying to control them. Here you are trying to tell. You see, that's the thing. We are so good at controlling other people, yet we are not able to control ourselves.
It doesn't add up. We are only able to. I believe whatever the likes of EFF did, it was uncalled for. I understand people are, I'll put it like this, like here in Canada, they usually celebrate Mandela Day. And I remember one time asking one of my friends, who's white, why are you guys celebrating a guy that you guys tortured? It doesn't make sense. And they were like, the fact that he didn't fight back, he took the pain like a man. We appreciate that, so we celebrate him. I'm like, you tortured him. And it's the same thing. Right now, the likes of EFF are expecting to get compensated for things that they are beyond their control. Malema wasn't tortured. You weren't tortured by Moi. The person who needs compensation is Raila Odinga. Has he complained? Anyway, he's got his own share of money. I'm sure he already got compensated. But we can never, the fact that I, as a fourth, fifth generation, never went through all this drama, I don't deserve it.
Oh, so you don't deserve it because you didn't pass through it?
Yes, I don't deserve it because I didn't pass through it. And that's the same thing.
It's a product, though.
No, but that's the same thing that is making the black man in the US cling onto that safety net, that one day we're going to get reparations, and that reparations is the one thing that is going to take us out of poverty. They're waiting for that money. It's
a product.
A product of what?
It's a product.
It's slavery.
You need to understand it's a product. The problem is we get so emotional about some of these things that we see, and you fail to understand it's just a product like any other. The same way the corona was a product, and people made a lot of money from it. You know that, huh? Mm-hmm. There are a lot of people who profited from it. So it's a product.
And there are people who suffered like you.
Yeah. No, I actually didn't suffer. I didn't suffer.
I'm talking about your entire drama with the police.
But it wasn't suffering, though. It was just a momentary...
Did you hear yourself?
Yeah, it was momentarily.
You were crying like a little...
it was a momentary discomfort, but it wasn't suffering. Suffering is long, bro. It sounds like it took a long time. So my point here is this. There's always a product. There's always a product. And right now, the product is reparations. And if you decide to pay some reparations, some of the money that you pay, just handling fee. That's what it's always been about, handling fee, bro.
You're on drugs, man.
It's always been about handling fee. The day that gets through your head, you understand what brokers are. This world is run by brokers. Because now, if you're going to pay guys $10 million and handling fee is $1 million.
And the people who are supposed to be compensated at $3,000.
Bro, each of them is getting like $100. So you are your work is to make sure that the amount you're getting from these governments is enough to keep you alive.
But enough is never enough when it's a mass of population that is expecting the same.
But Gift, you've been wrong very many times. Why don't you want to accept that your predictions never come to pass?
What's my prediction in this? This is not a prediction.
You should be asking questions and then you shut up. Your predictions have not even one has come to pass. So we cannot trust anything you're telling us. Anyway, anytime.
You can't use the election thing.
Yes, we can.
Against me.
Yes, we can.
No, but aren't you the same idiot who went ahead and
Yes,
did
we can.
an entire video for
Yes,
Jalamo?
we can. You are so wrong that right now you're trying to get weasel out of it. When you are wrong, you shut up and listen and learn something.
No, but I was wrong. I never denied it.
Just, there's nothing else you're telling us. False us in, let me read for you. Let me read for you so you know that I'm somebody who has been to school. Falsus in uno, falsus in omnibus. Do you know what the Latin
what does that mean?
Translation for that is? False in one thing, false in everything. Okay? False in one thing, false in everything. That is you, Mr. Gift.
Would you say the same thing about Derrito?
Yes, even Derrito is there, and IQ Watson. Yeah,
we're in the same boat.
In the same boat of losers. Yeah, give up. Hold up, Gift. Let me say hi to my co-host, Mark Duque. Mark Duque, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. And how are you, Kibe?
I'm great. Yesterday you were missing in action. Did your girlfriend come back to?
No, man. I had a few things to do.
You know, I know when you guys disappear, it's always because there's a woman in your life. She has come back, and now you don't have time. I know your moves, bro.
We are back together.
Yes. So your girlfriend is pregnant again.
No, man.
You know, I can never imagine raising a child again. I cannot imagine changing diapers. I cannot imagine. That would be torture.
Yeah. By the way, I think George is keen. He's now a mother. He's telling his sons that he loves them and his children that he loves them.
He has baby fever, bro. He has baby fever. He wants a baby. If Thickbay had not given, if she was not a mother already, maybe they would have hooked up. I see she's somewhere here.
Yeah. Could have been one messed up child.
Oh, totally. Imagine that kid growing up with all that noise in that house. Everybody trying to sound right.
A touch of intelligence and a sprinkle of arrogance and manipulation. Oh, goddamn, could have been a messed up child.
And that kid would just be crazy.
Damn it.
Yeah. Kid wouldn't work. It would have been institutionalized.
Yeah.
Kid at class 6 can't even concentrate in school. God damn it. That kid would have messed up. Like a messed up kid with one lazy eye.
Could have been something like Gift.
What's your... I know. Mark Duke. You're calling me a Jaipur.
Oh, yeah. What's happening, Mark Duke? What's going on with you, man?
No, nothing much, man. Just have a few deadlines to chase, but I'm happy that I closed those deadlines. Yeah, but nothing more. And then the other side.
So are you also in South Africa? No, South Africa is Belgium, right? Is it Belgium? South Africa is
England.
No, was colonized by who?
British.
The Dutch and the British.
Mad? The British?
Yeah, the British were part
the Dutch and the British.
Yes.
Allah. Who would have thought? So you guys are crying as well. Today you guys are celebrating crying or whatever it is you guys do.
Yesterday I heard the news and I was just okay.
You didn't go into depression?
I didn't go into depression. No, I don't know Lizzie. Never met her. I don't know Lizzie.
You don't know Lizzie?
I don't know Lizzie. She's not my nyanye.
But yes, the lady is gone. So the guys who are crying, I don't understand why Africans do. Have you seen that weak looking like we are sad?
Bro.
What is that about?
People are sad. Like they said, like they lost an important part of themselves. Pray for London. Pray for Lizzie. The London Bridge has fallen. People are really, really sad. It's not even funny.
You know, I could see everybody was running to be the first one to say that Lizzie is gone, and they were looking for the right lingo. They didn't know whether to say Big Ben is down or London Bridge has fallen, or they were just looking for the right lingo to sound like they're the most English people ever. And I'm like, look at you,
Now,
punies.
now the whole world has to freeze because Harry's grandmother is dead.
Harry's grandmother, yeah, and Meghan Markle has refused to go.
God damn it.
Imagine Harry is telling the wife, "Hey, Meghan, grandma is dead. You just go. I'll talk to you later." Huh? Hey. What do you mean? Interesting. All right. Anything else, Macduke?
No, nothing more. Just excited about today. It's Friday. We are here, and it means that we didn't die along the week. Unlike Lizzie, some of us made it. So we should be. It's worth celebrating.
And Lizzie is no more. All right. Let me say hi to a couple of guys. Then let's see where we go with this.
Kibe,
Yeah. What's up?
have you ever not dealt with death? Like, is there a single death that has ever taken you out?
Like what?
Like death?
Like I'll be crying like.
No. Okay. I remember you gave the story about your grandfather when you were told to go pick your granddad when your sister passed, and they created this dramatic thing that might happen if you told him that the grandchild is gone, only for the old man to just get there, snap out of it in like 5 seconds, and just ask, what are the plans? And
but what's the logical way of dealing with death?
I don't know that. But no, dealing with death is not a problem. Dealing with the grief is the problem.
But what's a logical way of dealing with it? Even if it's a problem, what's a logical way of dealing with it? Because what's that grief good for? When you're there sitting and crying,
it nourishes your soul.
Where did you read that?
No, it's human instinct.
Where did you read that? Are you a child to be crying all the time?
No, not all the time. You need to snap out of it, and it's a process. You just okay. Let me ask you.
Is death normal?
Yes, it is normal.
So why does it always catch you by surprise? And now you have
because you're not prepared.
You have to react like that with an outward display of emotions. That's the weakness, isn't it?
No, but look at it like this, Kibe. When you're marrying, they tell you forever after. You do everything is we are best friends forever. So we've already created some sort of narrative that there's eternity, and then all of a sudden it's not there, and it's an abrupt thing. So because it's so unexpected, it hits you,
and then you cry.
That's where the emotions come in. So that's why I'm asking you: have you ever not been in that position where you cried? The closest thing to you, your sister, when it happened, or your grandfather. Like, didn't you feel any sort of remorse?
I remember the last time I ever cried. I looked at myself and asked myself the question: why have you done what you've done? Because it had no. There was no.
You can't explain it because
no. It was useless. I was like, why were you doing that? That was just useless. It was
letting go.
No, it was useless. I didn't use it for anything. If it made me feel better, maybe, but I didn't feel better. I didn't want. It was just useless. It was a few moments of uselessity, and I looked at it. I was like, that's some bullshit.
So how do you deal with grief?
Like what? Just
or if you die,
internalize it. Internalize it.
You receive
crush it.
Andrew Kibe, so and so, someone very close to you is gone. What do you say?
So now, what am I supposed to do? The person is gone. So what am I supposed to do? What's the logical way of dealing with it, of handling it? Because now you want to go as far as thinking the worst of my situation, that the worst thing could possibly happen to me, then what do I do?
You break down, or
Why am I breaking down? Am I out of control?
No, the situation is getting you out of control.
Man, you're just saying your own things. You're in your own imagination. Get out of your imagination, young man. You're too into your imagination.
No,
and that's what happens, because now people start building other shit in your mind that does not exist. Somebody has died. Yes. That chapter in their life is done. Okay? Simple. Michi, hold on.
And what of the guys who keep posting, it's been 5 years since you are gone. They're still holding on to that because it's so difficult to deal with such situations. But it happens for younger people. As you grow older, you understand that death is something everybody is going to go through. But as a young person, it feels like it's just happening to you.
Falsas in uno, falsas in omnibus. Yeah? hold up, Gift. Hold up. Let me hear from Michi. Michi seems to want to say something. Michi, what's up?
I just want to ask, when death finds you impromptu, what do you do? Just stay strong?
Like what?
You can cry sometimes, but...
Sorry, I didn't understand that. When death finds you impromptu, like
ikuja to accident.
Are you done?
I'm asking, a death from an accident, how do you stay strong? How do you compose yourself?
Have you ever been caned? Wait. Have you ever been caned by a teacher?
Yeah, I've been caned.
And
not even once.
And every time the teacher would cane you, did you cry?
I didn't cry.
Why not?
I didn't want to prove my weakness to girls, man.
Very good. So you kept it within, and you dealt with it.
Yeah, I kept it within. Yeah.
And you dealt with it.
Yeah, I dealt with this.
I mean, death is the same, right?
It's the same. This hits you emotionally. The cane is physical and you have to sit on it.
I mean, it's the same pain, right? It's pain. Pain is pain.
Hey, you're way too gangster, man. Hey.
No, pain is pain.
Kibe.
Yeah, pain is pain. Why would you want to pretend like this pain is different from this other pain? Pain is pain, bro.
Mr. Kibe.
Yes, go ahead, Bailey. Michi, hold up, Michi. I'll come back to you. Bailey, go ahead.
Yes, Mr. Kibe.
Yes.
My take on grief from the question our brother asked. It is natural for those who believe like me that we should forever live. It is in our mind that no one should depart. We should not leave each other in terms of death. And so when it strikes, it's a natural feeling that comes, really, Kibe is gone. So you don't plan to cry. It is a natural thing that you find yourself getting emotional to an extent that you make sounds of cry. So to me, it depends with the person, the way you're treated. There are people who will take time to accept the grief. And then probably will develop emotions badai, or rather later on. Now, my take on why people cry, I cannot say why exactly, but the why that I can play with in my...
Wait, Bailey, and these people who are crying are men?
Yes, everybody cries. That's where I was coming. The only difference is it depends with the gender and with the person as well. Even if we are all men, there are men who are so emotional. It is not their wish. They were born like that. They were created like that. Same to ladies. We naturally expect ladies to be emotional just directly, but even with them, they also differ. There are people with high emotions, or depends. But comparing the genders, we men, we tend to be a bit hard. However, we also break down. And down is not something planned. This is something that we're born with. And so when somebody grieves, or rather somebody decides to cry, it's out of a natural emotion that comes that.
But men
really,
are...
my friend Kibe is no longer with me.
Bailey.
Men
but men are not
yes,
supposed to be
yes,
emotional, right?
No, it's not that we are
Because
not. We are.
The emotional aspect of the man has no value in this world. You cannot use our emotions for anything. So why be emotional?
That's what I said before. I don't think it is cast anywhere that we should not be emotional. However, the society has built it in our mind that no, man, you should not cry. And that's why most of the time we later on break down on something. People wonder, why is they crying? Kumbe, this was something that was to be handled by them.
But that's not true.
And this is what has been built. It is true. It is true. You know why?
Where have you seen a man break down? Why is that? You've seen a man break down?
Personally, I break down. I have relatives who have broken down in front of me, leave alone even relatives in situation I am with, or rather been. I've seen men breaking down, hitting to the reality of what has just happened.
So how do you break down? Just explain to me. So you are what? You are okay, and then suddenly you're not okay? You are...
Yes.
Now all these things are flooding inside. What's happening? What's that breakdown?
No. It's not planning. Like for example, let me take the sweet side. Do you plan to smile, or do you plan to laugh, or something strikes on your face? You find it funny and you break into laughing. That is the same way. You don't plan to cry, but something that emotion that is pinching your inner part makes you be emotional and eventually cry. It is in the same way. You don't say that I want to get outside here and immediately I get out, I laugh. I don't think we are going to be honest. There must be something that has crossed your face and internalized in you that made you laugh, impressed you. So the opposite of impressing is hitting you or hurting you. So when you're hurt, even though hurt may be of different definitions, but that thing that makes your inner emotion crash. So it is the opposite of what
about that thing that is inside you that helps you deal with this thing that is happening to you? What about that
exactly?
One? Why not give that one prominence and say, I have this thing inside me that's called a man that can help me overcome these puny emotions that I feel of crying? The same way you overcome pain in any other scenario. Why can't you use that strength to overcome even this need you're feeling to cry?
Yes, it is the same strength to use, but it is not natural to avoid yourself or rather stop yourself to cry. It is said, for those who are learned more than me, when you hold something painful in your heart for some time, it becomes toxic and becomes a disease in you. And so when you stop yourself from crying, there is a part you are killing in you. It is the same way. But if you become too rigid to an extent that you don't...
How does that make any sense? How does that make sense?
Like, for example, I had a brother asking me
okay, just give me a second here. Let me ask you the question. Like when we were growing up, if you as a boy, every time something would happen to you and you would start crying, what would other boys tell you?
Exactly. That's what I answered previously.
Yes. It is what other boys will tell you to man up.
Stop crying.
Yes, because
man up. Yes.
It has no value in the playground. What are you doing crying in front of other boys? Now here you are telling men to cry. Who are you crying in front of?
Let me just explain. I'm not saying this my reason is cast. This I started by saying this is what I think and what I feel. For example, from what you've just asked me, by then, the society you were in, or rather I was in, believed that men should not cry. But as days come by up to today, we've realized that by telling a man not to cry wherever, in front of people or anywhere, not allowing a man to cry, has been hitting us, has been killing us. It is natural for us to cry.
That's not true. That's not true, because if you look at our parents, our parents were the ones who were teaching us not to cry because they knew there was no value in crying, right?
Exactly. I'm admitting that,
and even their parents had taught them the same. So we are the ones who become weak and now are teaching this crying nonsense that was not there before. Yet, this crying has come up with all this depression I hear men talking about nowadays. It never used to be there. Depression is a very new disease. You know that?
But Akibe, let me ask you, as I leave for other people to contribute. Does it hurt to cry? Let me ask you, does it hurt to cry?
It could hurt, yes, because it depends. Now, imagine if you're crying in front of your child. It's hurting your child to see them.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So these are circumstances that are considered. However, they're not cast on stone. Let me leave for others anyway. I see other people raising up their hands. Let me give space for them.
All right. Oh man, Bailey here is feeding me soup here. Feeding me soup. Israel, Jared, are you there? Israel. Find a man sitting somewhere crying. What are you crying about? Israel. Oh, Israel has bailed. Let me get to hear from Mr. Andale. Mr. Andale, are you there?
Yes, Mr. Kibe, I'm here.
What up?
Why do you cry?
Why do you what?
What's the reason for crying?
Somebody has died.
Some men should be really strong. You don't really have to cry so that your emotions may be spewed out. You just have to be strong enough. When someone dies, they have died. It hurts dying, but there is no reason for crying. You may be sad, but I don't see any reason for crying. Because if you cry, the woman next to you, what will she do? Will she scream out loud that you have cried? Will she take care of everything that you need to take care of? That's the question you should ask yourself when you cry.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Thank you, my man. Thank you, Mr. Andale. Yeah, because men need to sort out issues. Who's going to sort the issues out while you're huddled in a corner, crying your eyes out? Crying, oh my goodness, look at me. Israel, Jared, are you there?
Yes, Andrew. Good morning.
Good morning, what's up?
Good. I'll start by saying this one. I'm not even saddened by the death of the Queen because she has followed the natural path. But next, I will appreciate one thing about her. She was the most feminine woman in the modern history that I've ever looked at. Whatever the role she was playing in terms of monarchy and whatever is none of my business. But one thing that we should not take from her should be the most. She was the most feminine woman that I could think, maybe in terms of femininity, all women should borrow a riff from. Whatever the monarchy, the brutalities that they did to our ancestors, they were there.
So you used to look at her and you'd see she's a woman.
Yes.
Hey, you are looking at the Queen, seeing the femininity. Bro, you look at the Queen like that, bro. That's crazy, man.
She was a woman?
You guys look at a 90-year-old woman saying, hey, Queen. God damn it. So when you say femininity, like what? The way she used to dress or what? Where is this guy, Mr. Femininity?
No, he's actually talking about the role she played as a woman. You know,
how do you know?
It was in the public domain. Like she was royalty the moment she left the house. But when she was at the palace, she was a woman. She gave respect to the husband. Her husband was everything. You know, she was just beneath the husband in terms of cultural rights. But on paper, because of the customs of their laws, then she was at the top.
What are you talking about, bro? Are you on drugs, bro? Can you stop with the drugs?
Like, just go ahead and read like how the Queen used to operate, like within the palace. The husband was on top in terms of how he used to move.
You know, I hear some people saying that's some silly. Even though she's the Queen, at home she's still his wife. Where? And they use the same argument for Suluhu, the president of Tanzania. Say, oh, even though she's the president of the country, at home she's still one of his wives. I'm like, she ain't his wife no more.
Why, you don't think that can happen?
Oh, you guys need to grow up. What up give
Can a
to?
man separate the job and the...
Just wanting to argue for sake of arguing gift. Hold up. Let me hear from Sir Lancelot. Sir Lancelot, are you in the house? Sir Lancelot.
Can you hear me, Gibber?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Oh, well, I have an input. Like today, I kind of disagree with you. Like when you say men should not cry. I have a little example.
Okay.
You see, there are some things when they have not knocked on your door, it's hard to understand them. You see, most of us see death. We hear death from people. We get to experience death from other people. Oh, auntie died, grandma died, somebody's just parent died. But the day it knocks on your door, direct link on your door, a close family member, your sibling, maybe your parent or your child, that's when you get the real picture of what death is. It's something emotional, very, very hard to control. You see, my dad died when I was in Form 3 in high school, yeah? Mm-hmm. And I was the eldest son. My sister is the eldest sibling, but I was the eldest son. So when my dad died, I was called from school. So I went home. And when I got home, my grandma was there and she called me aside. And do you know what she told me? She told me, hey, your dad has died. Your dad has died. And you are the eldest son. I'm in Form 3, I'm in high school. So she told me, you have sisters under you and you have your mother. Your mother is a woman. Your sisters are women. You are the man of the house now. I want you to man up. You hear what she told me? I want you to man up and take charge. Don't cry. Don't do nothing. Go there and wear your father's shoe. Fit in his shoe. That's what she told me. Because if you don't do that, your siblings, everybody else in the family will be depressed. They'll be crying us. So you go there, man up, give them courage and everything. Bro, I had to do that. I never shed a tear. Listen to the story. I never shed a tear through the whole process because it took about 2 weeks before my dad was buried. I was there as the man. I was talking to people. I mean, I really manned up because that's what I was told. Now, the day for the burial came, we used to go to the morgue. Yeah, I used to see dad and everything. Yeah, everything was good. So I was the pillar of the family by then. But the day that they really brought my dad, I saw, yeah, this is the casket. And now that's the hole that my father is going in. I saw the casket. I saw the hole and I imagined I'm never going to see this person again. This person is gone for good. Bro, I fainted. I did not know how that happened. I fainted and woke up after the burial. You see? So people were discussing, they were telling me, what was up with this kid? I never cried, bro. That thing hurt me to the core because I fainted for like a whole an hour plus. I fainted. Now, when I woke up, I was called aside again by my aunt, and then she told me everything that was going on. And she told me, look, if you need to cry, go find somewhere, lock yourself in, cry it, and just let it out. That's what she told me. Bro, I was a man, I was a boy, yeah, circumcised. So
why do you think they told you to look for a place to go do it and cry in secret?
Because I'm a man.
So even the women knew that men are not supposed to cry in front of other men.
Yeah, the women knew, but
why are you over contrary, argument?
This thing is it's hurting, Kibe. Emotions, you see, emotions should not be suppressed, bro. When somebody is telling you to suppress your emotions, they're telling you to kill something inside you. When you kill something inside you which is natural, that's not a good aspect, bro.
They're telling you, they're telling you the emotions are useless. When they tell you to suppress them, they're telling you every time you display your emotions, we don't know how to. We don't know. They're useless. We don't know how to deal with you because, like now, look at you. You fainted and you woke up after the burial.
Yeah.
Useless.
On the burial day. Yes. No, it's not useless. Has death knocked? Kibe, has death knocked on your door?
Yes,
directly.
Yes, it has.
It has, yeah.
Yes. I mean, by the time a man gets to the age of 40, he's encountered death once or twice. So it has. Even though it was...
It hurt, yeah?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, but, okay, on your age, when death knocked on your door, how old were you?
The first
See,
time,
I was in high school.
The first time it knocked, I was a little weak. And I remember I started to cry and I asked myself, what are you doing? I started to cry. Honestly, I did. I started to cry because it's very normal to want to do the normal thing. And I felt, and the normal thing is to cry and just to let go and become that. That's a normal thing to do. But I realized that it does not make me even a better person. It is useless. I cannot do anything with the tears, bro.
Kibe, that is something logical. It is something which happens. It is something that we know that happens, okay? But we know it happens, yes. But when it knocks on your door, when death knocks on your door, that's when you see it, when the feelings come and all the emotions. Now, you shouldn't suppress them, bro. When you suppress emotions, bro, you are killing yourself. I won't lie to you. Just like people say, you can't understand divorce until you get divorced. You see, like when you're talking here about the red pill and stuff, when we are advising people who have not been heartbroken by women, or men who have not been heartbroken by women, or women who have not been heartbroken by men, it's hard for them to get the clear picture, what is going on the ground. They won't understand you until that's on the head, directly on the nail. Until that, then they understand, what Kibe was saying really impacts me in such a way, A, B, C, D. That's when they see the picture. But before that, they won't know it. People will tell you, a man shouldn't cry, a man shouldn't do this, a man shouldn't do this.
But shouldn't you want to prepare yourself to overcome these challenges when they actually do happen?
Yes, you do. And that's where the logic comes in now. Because as a man...
Now, that's why we come in as men and we teach each other that at some point, some things are going to happen to you. And at that point, when you see something like this has happened to you, then you realize that crying at this point would be stupid. So don't cry. Overcome that crying because we need you here and here. Isn't that what teaching is supposed to be? I'll teach you what I've gone through so that you never have to go through the same pain.
Yeah. Okay, Andrew, we agree. We as humans, we are developing, we are improving on some certain aspects on life, right? We are improving every day. There are some laws, there are things people used to do in the past that are not happening now. And we can change this. Do you know how we can change this? Instead of telling a man not to cry, you can tell a man, hey, listen, if you are overcome by emotions, like my aunt told me, go somewhere private, cry it out, until you're okay, and handle it. Because, okay, it's logical. You know somebody has died, they're not coming back, and emotions are useless. You know that, right? They are useless. But they are your emotions. So what do? The logical thing to do is starting with the plans, everything, are things going A, B, C, D. But as a man, you find somewhere private. That's what I'd advise my fellow men of brothers. Go find somewhere if you are overcome by emotions. Bro, cry. Don't listen to kids. You'll die. You'll die. Bro.
Even your aunties were telling you stop being weak. And here you are still forcing to be weak. They're telling you, stop this nonsense. We don't need this crying side of you. And here you are forcing to the point where your auntie is telling you to go look for a place to cry as a man.
I told you I never cried. I just fainted. And then I woke up, she called me aside and told me, look, if you don't cry, you've been overcome by emotions. If you don't cry, it will hurt you. Go find somewhere and cry if need be. That's what she told me.
Yes,
I never cried.
She knows you need to cry because you're. So if you need to cry, go cry.
Call me, whatever you say, Kibe. The same answer, the same people who tell people, hey, you should get married. Your age is going. So people will tell you a lot of shit to do, bro. But as a man, guy, I will just tell you the truth. If you need to cry, find somewhere private, a place where nobody's seeing you, and cry. Because if you don't cry, that shit you real bad. Anger, emotions, those things building inside you, and when they build in, the day they erupt, you are fucked up. So cry, bro. Me, I'm telling you, Andrew.
Man, I'm shocked that you erupted. You know how out of control you must be to erupt.
It's not being out of control. It's taking charge of yourself, bro. It's taking charge of yourself. You are doing what's good for you. Because how does it help you when you suppress your emotions? Because you're a man? How does it help you? Andrew, why are you not married and yet you are a man and men are married? Because it's not good for you, right? Andrew, it's not good for you. It is not benefiting you. So if Crying, bro, benefits you, Maze. Cry. Man, let me tell you something. If you need to cry,
it's like hold up. It's like saying just because it benefits me, I should do it, right?
Yeah, you should do it for yourself. You should cry. It's the positive thing to do because it's the positive thing to do.
I don't have another ounce of argument. Hold up, Sir Lancelot. All right, hold up. Don't go anywhere. Let me hear from AM. AM, are you there?
Yes, Kibe, right here. Good morning.
Yeah, what's up? Are you like Sir Lancelot? You just cry every now and then? Belt out a tear.
Oh man, this guy is full of. This guy, I don't know. Maybe he's mad. There is the other day, Kibe, I was listening to the radio, and I heard something. I was listening to the radio station, certain local radio station, and the soon I switched it to the FM radio, there was the information was preached out there about this crying and this being man to be emotional, you know. And they was saying that there is a research done, a study done, and you know this, when you hit this, you know this is the right things, you know. So they was saying that research, that study have come up to say that a man should have a freedom to cry and express his emotional feelings, you know. That help a lot for the man to focus in this life and to fight for the what, for the better of his life. So when I was listening to this Lancelot telling us that a man, you as a man, you can find somewhere and cry. I don't know what that can help a man. What I can say is that crying will destroy you a lot as a man. And where instead of crying, just take that energy to counter that situation. Take that energy to face that situation, and take the feelings out of the equation, and just see what happened. You see, you can face things as it is. Somebody died. So what should you do? I think everybody should die at some point. So if we are to cry for such a things, so everybody will walking in the street crying there. Men will be walking around in the street dying there, crying because this happened, that happened. So how things will going to operate then? If we men, we are allowed to start crying and being emotional. And I think when a man became emotional, he became a useless. That's what I can say. and the emotional man, just listen to this Lancelot.
An emotional man is what? Is a useless man.
A useless man. Because how a man can you be emotional?
Okay, can I ask you? Can I talk, Ibe?
Yeah, go ahead.
AM, can I ask you a question?
Yes, go ahead.
Well, okay. Has death ever knocked your door? Directly. Has death knocked your door closely? Have you lost a loved one? Someone close to you?
Yes, I have.
Did you
I have
cry?
lost somebody.
Yeah, someone really close to you, a parent or a sibling. Did you cry?
Yes.
You cried on the process?
I did it. I didn't cry.
Why?
Because first what I can tell you is that when my dad passed away, and he passed away when I was like 10 or 12. I'm not sure. When I was 10 or 12, but I can tell you I didn't cry at the age of 12.
Why did you not cry?
My dad. What?
Why did you not cry? Why did you not cry?
Because I think I realized that will not help me anything.
Okay.
Will that help me? Let me ask you, if I cried, then what would have happened? My dad will be alive again? Will be come to life again?
Let me tell you what will happen if you cried, okay? You see, crying is an emotional response. You understand that, right? Crying is simply
and a man. And I want to take you back to this. I want to remind you that we are talking a cry just like a man, not just crying as a man. What?
Yeah, that is what I'm telling you. Listen to me. That is what I'm telling you. Okay. You see, not crying when you're emotionally drained does not help you. It hurts more than it helps. You see, the picture that you have.
What crying help you? What
crying help? Let me try to explain. Okay?
Yes.
When you lose a loved one, of course, you'll feel sad. You'll be emotionally overwhelmed. You'll feel sad because you love that person. Now, there are two options. You can cry or you can choose not to cry as a man. That's what you feel like. Okay? If you refuse not to cry, you will suppress anger because you are a man. Okay? But if you decide to cry, you will release those emotional stress off you. The emotional stress will be released off you. Now, the debate here is if a man should cry or not. But we agree on one thing. You'll be sad, you'll be emotional. So crying is what brings the difference between me and you. Because me, I'll cry to leave that anger. You won't cry, you'll suppress it because you want to prove that you are a man. You are not more a man than me because I cry. In fact, when I cry, I release that anger. That's when I can think logically. I can think clearly because I have no anger issues in me. I have no emotional pain in me. But the moment that you're suppressing that anger, you have emotional pain in you. It's true. When women see you crying, you appear weak. So as a man, what do you do? Like I told you, you find somewhere private, you cry it off. That's why you cry when you are canned, because you cried after being canned, because you release that stress off you. You release that pain. It helped you. That's what it does. Crying is simply an emotional response. And as men, we need to respond to our emotions. We are men who do things, yes.
Can I talk?
And yeah, I can talk.
What I can say is this.
Yeah.
Being a man.
Yes.
Is to realize, you have to realize that things happen. And when you realize things happen, just listen as I gave you some minutes.
Yeah. And
when you realize things happened, so you start now. When you face a situation, you know this should at some point of your life, this should happen somewhere. You try. Can you understand? Try to understand me what I'm telling you.
I understand what you are saying, and it is
when
what
you have that, you have realized that, and you have twin your mind to such a what can I say? When you have that in your mind, so at some point something will happen somewhere. So you are able now to face it, whatever it will come, whatever outcome it will bring. Then I will do with it at that point. So that's it. So just listen. Take your feelings out of the equation and see what will happen there. You will face things just as it is, and that I think that what a man should do.
I have a question for Kibe. Kibe, I have a really good question. Kibe, do you believe that a man who does not cry, we're not talking about crying in public, we're talking about just crying, whether in private, like in a private scenario. Do you believe that a man who does not cry is more a man than the one who cries?
You see, when it comes to a man is all about overcoming. That's what a man is good for. And the better of a man you are, the better you are at overcoming these obstacles.
Yes.
So whatever is happening to you, even this pain that you're feeling when you lose a loved one, the better you are at overcoming, the better of a man you're going to be. So if you keep letting yourself, like if you see a man, if you step on his shoes and he becomes angry and he gets his gun and shoots you, do you consider that a man?
No, that's stupidity.
Yeah, because he does not know how to handle whatever is happening to him.
Yes.
Because happening to you, if things will happen to you whether you like it or not. Some you prepare for, some you don't. But things will happen. Things are always happening throughout.
So Kibe, you believe not crying is the best way to handle an emotional stress?
I believe a man should be able to handle anything that comes his way without an emotional outburst.
Kibe, you love Raila.
And crying is emotional outburst. That means that you have been overwhelmed. So you are unable to overcome. You're like a child. Now you cannot handle it anymore. Now your body is responding. And your mind has been, like the guy who fainted. Is it you who fainted?
Yeah, I'm the one who fainted.
Yeah, your mind was like, hey, this is too much information. Shut down. We need to disappear for an hour until the problem can be handled by real men.
Kibe.
Kibe, no, it's not like that, Bana. Kibe, even Raila cried. Even Ruto has cried in public. Do you know why those guys cried?
Yeah, but you cried because you're overwhelmed. You're unable to handle what is happening. That's what.
Yeah, and
that is what emotions mean. That's why men are told, do not be emotional, because if you're emotional, you're not in control. You're out of control.
Kibe, can I ask you a question to this guy?
Yeah, go ask.
Just Sir Lancelot.
Yep.
Why do you think kids cry?
Kids cry because they're living emotional stress. It's an emotional response, like I told you. They want to take the pain away.
So you realize now a man should not cry.
Why? Because
a man should not be emotional.
No.
A kid is crying. Just listen. I think a kid is crying because he has nothing else to do. That crying is the way to express his feelings, because he has no ability to do anything else. So as a man, you have ability to do something. You have you had to have that ability to handle something, even it's a pain. You have to handle it. You have to teach yourself that at some point something will going to happen, and what to do. I will deal with it from there on. Whatever the outcome it bring, I'll deal with it.
Bro, let me tell you something, bro. Crying has no age limit. Kid, young, or adults. Adults cry, bro. Soldiers cry on the battlefield. People cry. It's an emotional response. What I'm trying to tell you to get is emotional responses are very, very important. They are things you should listen to. Emotional responses are things you should listen to and respond to them positively. Now, we agree as men, women, kids should not see us crying. They should not see us on our downfall. They should not see us being overwhelmed. You see, that's the point. Now, but on your own as a man, you can go somewhere and cry. What do you think women go to listen to Andukibe to? Why do you think women flock to Andukibe's channels to try to listen to Andukibe?
Do you have kids?
Listen to me. We flog and listen to Andrew Kibe, take advices from him, because that's where we can let out our issues, how we face them, how we do them. Some people have even dubbed us that these spaces are where men come to gossip. Because you see, women gossip about their men to know how to handle them. That's why you'll find them in salons talking to each other, trying to overcome the experiencing with men. It's the same thing we men do when we listen to and talk to Kibe. We are trying to understand what happens around women. We are trying to get a way to overcome that emotional stress that women put us through. You see, that's the best way to overcome